My desert, my Iraqis, my Dune. Guys, hey, this is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, and it's time for a Let's Play. Let's play Dune Imperium. It is designed by Paul Dennen, published by Legendary Games. I've had this game for about a week and a half, and I've played it once a day, and loving this game, and I thought I would show you how to play through a game. I've set up a solo game with 2 Automa, and we're going to make use of these House of Gaul cards, which control what the Automa do in a solo game. So, let us kind of get started. You're going to have to forgive the mic being in the way up there, but I can't really help it because it's not that large a game. Measured it earlier, 21 by 30 inches. It doesn't take a huge footprint, but for my space, I need to work on my space because I always need more space, you know what I mean? But I have the game set up pretty much standard for a player. I've got my 10 card starting deck. Everyone starts with a water. I'm playing on the veteran level of the solo game, the middle level. So I start with my 3 troops in my garrison, but so do my opponents, which, let's go ahead and introduce them. We have Glosu the Beast Raban, and we have the Earl Memnon Torvald of the House of Torvald. Of course, Raban being from House Harkonnen. And as you can see, I am the chosen one. I am the Kwisatz Haderach because it's on the player card right there. It's me, guys. See, I'm the Kwisatz Haderach. If there was ever any question or doubt, it's dude. Dune people say so. It's right there on the game component. Now I'll show you real quick. Hold on. That is Paul Atreides, son of Duke Leto Atreides. And all of the characters have a thing that they can do and things that they can do. I'm moving the wrong piece. Stop messing up your stupid board. Get there. Get in. Alright, that'll do. Anyway, how you play a solo game. Normally, you would get playing the basic, which is novice. You would also get a spice and a Solari for your stuff, for your player right here, right there. However, playing veteran, you only get the water, as do the other players. They get 3 in the garrison, as do you. They get a starting intrigue card. And instead of 5 deep for their 3rd agents, it's only 4 cards deep. So when the 4th card is revealed, they get it. And I've played a lot of games where I don't take the 3rd agent, the Sword Master, and have done pretty well. So I don't know if I want to do that this game or not. I'm not sure. I've got the general powers that each player has covered up because you don't use them in the solo games. You do use their signet powers if you get a signet ring icon that comes up on the card. Doody-doody-doo. Let us take the first player, place it to the player on my left, which is the Earl, the Duke of Earl. Duke. I have my cards set up here. Arrakis Liaison, Spice Must Flow, Fold Space. I have my deck set off to the side. Let's get our 5 market cards, shall we? We have Chani, Guild Ambassador. We have Shifting Allegiances. That's an oft-times interesting card to pull. We have Spice Hunter, and we have Arrakis Recruiter. So those are our 5 market cards right there that we can use our persuasion during our reveal phase in order to purchase and add to our deck. Let's go ahead and get started. We need to get these pieces back so that way everything is as it should be. Back to 0 on this because that's from the Let's Learn. And let's go ahead and start. Let's reveal our first round conflict. The round starts. This is the first thing you do right here. Reveal a round conflict. Okay? And we're going to do the rules as we go through this game. The other round start thing you do is all players draw 5 cards into their hands, like so, from their deck. Their deck being the upside down cards that are placed next to their player mat where it says deck. So let's go ahead and look at the cards that we have. Doink. Imperium. Right up there. We have Daga Daga Daga. We have Reconnaissance. We have Convincing Argument. We have Seek Allies. And another Convincing Argument. So right away we've got some Persuasion. We've got 5 Persuasion that we can use right there. Should we wish to enter the conflict, we have 1 combat point that we can add at this point. I think we need to get our faction alliances up best we can. So the first thing we're probably going to do is play Seek Allies, which allows us to go to any faction, and we trash this card if we use it. So we're going to be trashing this card. So let us go ahead and do that. Let's play Seek Allies. Let us take our agent. Let's move it to Hardy Warriors. Right there, right from the word jump. We're coming here, we're going to pay our water. We're going to take our jump in influence 1 step. We recruit 2 troops, which we can put in directly into the conflict, which for a victory point, I think I'm going to. And we can add up to 2 more. I think I'll add 1. Because 2nd is also an intrigue card and some Solari. But early victory point can make a difference, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So that leaves us with these 4 cards right here. Now we are going to do House Hagal. First, Earl should have been first. I do this all the time. So this is Earl Memnon, and if he got Hardy Warriors, I take it away. Good. He got Still Suits. Okay. He got Still Suits. And how these work, if it's combat, then they can add 2 from their garrison to the conflict, which he will automatically. This is your faction bump for the Fremen faction. If this was drawn for combat, then these could be added combat points to the conflict. But Still Suits, I will just set these guys right over here is fine, I think. And move you back. So the Earl is going to go here. He is going to add 2 to the conflict, and he is going to get a water for a reward. I took my turn, out of turn, as I am apt to do, I must admit. And now it is time for Rabban. And Rabban has drawn Secrets with Bene Gesserit. So he is going to take an agent, place it over here, like so. He is going to, and the Earl gets a step. And he is going to get a step in the Bene Gesserit. And his rewards, he does not get the normal rewards like an intrigue card here. But he does get the step in influence in the Bene Gesserit faction, and that is all. And you go until everybody is out of agents. When someone is out of agents, they do their reveal phase. They can do their reveal phase early if they have points and they really want to get a card instead of someone else who's going to get the reveal phase first might be able to get it. Like, say, I have the 5 persuasion there, 1, 2, and 2. If I really wanted this Chani card, I could take my reveal phase early. And that is nothing during the agent phase, but during reveal, retreat any number of your troops and 2 persuasion. And when I purchase this, I get a water. And I'll let you go to the Fremen, spice production, or Dune locations. I'm not going to worry about it, I don't think. Let's go with the Earl. It's the Earl's turn. And the Earl is going to Arakeen. So he's going to take his agent, place it on Arakeen. First, we see that it is combat. So he can add, he gets 1. So he's going to recruit 1 troop, put it into the conflict and add up to 2 more. He has 1 more, so he will add that. And he gets a Signet Ring ability, and his Signet Ring ability is Spice Horde. He gets 1 spice. So that will go there. The Automa, they get victory points through combat rewards. Anything else that they get. If they get 3 intrigue cards, they get a victory point. If they get 3 water, they get a victory point. If they get 7 spice or 7 Solari, they get a victory point. So they can earn that as well. They earn resources without spending them, but when they get to a certain level, then they turn them in and they get a victory point. It is our second turn, and we can choose from Dagger, which is a combat point, Reconnaissance, 1 persuasion, Convincing Argument, twice for 2 persuasion, but I can only go to 2 places. And I have no resources. I could... And the cards. I think I would like to play Reconnaissance for 1. Well, it's got 1 persuasion, but I'm going to play Reconnaissance. Lets me go to a Dune location. So I will put that there. I believe I'm going to go to Carthag, like so. And it is a combat space with cross swords, so I get to recruit 1 troop and put it right into the conflict. The Earl can't add any more, and I do have a sword, but he's likely to draw more. So I think I'm going to put 1 more into the conflict to have a slight edge there. And I draw an intrigue card, and my intrigue card is Endgame. The spice must flow. Have at least 2 the spice must flow cards right here. Doink. Which is these guys right here. Have at least 2 of those, and now I need to put it back. That card. The spice must flow, which you get a victory point when you buy it, but it costs 9 persuasion. 2 of these cards will get a victory point. If I have more than each opponent, I get a victory point. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll leave that up. Okay, so that is a... There's an intrigue card I have. It is Endgame. So actually, I'll just slide this underneath here because I don't need to keep track of that. That's end of the game. Spice must flow. I've gone to Arakeen. I've taken all my stuff. I've recruited. I've brought an extra one in. I've taken my intrigue card. It is now Raban's turn. And Raban draws Fold Space. So he gets to go to the Spacing Guild. Right there. Fold Space. He increases his influence by 1. And that is the only reward he gets, is the faction influence jump. Alright, so the Earl, now that he has no more, he does his reveal phase. He doesn't have cards, so he just counts his base combat, which is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. I am at my reveal phase, so I have 4 persuasion and 1 combat point. Well, I have a base of 10, and the 1 sword on my dagger card makes it 11. And I have 4 persuasion. I think I'm going to go for the Spice Hunter, which is worth 2, as you can see. And it allows me to go to the Fremen faction spaces and also the Spice production spaces. In my reveal phase, it gives me 1 persuasion and 1 combat point and Fremen Bond if I have any other Fremen cards in play, either already played here or in my hand. Then that would be an extra spice that I would get for the Fremen Bond. So we're going to take that and we're going to put that right there immediately. That's the bottom of my discard. The discards generally go on that side of the player mats. However, it's off, so I'm just going to put it right here so everyone can see it. And that's 2 persuasion. I have 2 remaining. And you get 4 whenever you trash that card, but you got to be able to trash the card. Shifting Allegiances would have been a good one. It's a Fremen card, Arrakis Liaison, so that starts working on the Fremen Bond already. Let's go ahead and buy that for the 2 more. Doinky doink. Discard these cards on top. And that is my reveal phase. Still in the player turns. Then we have Raban's reveal phase. He has no horses in this race, so this is where combat stands. Now we go to combat. This, if I had any intrigue cards that would add the sword symbols, then I could reveal them as we go on my turn to add more points if I wanted to. But first is going to be the Earl, because he has the first player marker. Picture of the worm, the headpiece behind Paul's head of his bed. And we draw a House of Gaul card, and we look at the combat adding on the bottom. As long as it's not 3 or more, no, that would be 4. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have nothing to add. So the Earl is going to win this one, and he's going to get a victory point. I'm going to get second place, so I get another intrigue card, which is combat. That would have come in handy just now. Private Army. I have to spend 2 spice to add 5 combat points. So that is going to be a decent one to have. And I forgot Paul's power. He can look at that card and know what it is. I forgot that. That's his special little power over here. I can always, prescience. I can always know what the top card is, as long as there's a top card there to know. I got my intrigue card. I got my 2 Solari, my 2 little metal coins because Scythe ruined me. I gotta have metal coins. Coppers with 1 on them and silvers with 5. And the reason I put this up there also is so that way I have to pay 5 in order to go to the Mentat space. That is part of the veteran setup. And that is it. Also part of part of combat. After this is all done, is those go back. Any troops in the conflict go back to the player mats. Any in the garrison stay in the garrison. They're there for later. And then we go to the maker's phase. Any spice production spaces here where an agent did not go gets a bonus spice. So that way now if I land here, instead of getting 3, I'm going to get 4. So the maker phase, right there, you do that. Any empty spice production space on the surface of Dune gets a bonus spice. And then we do recall, the final step. We make sure nobody has won. We make sure the Mentat is back on the Mentat space. And then we recall all of our agents. Remember, I'm leaving that one there because that represents me spending 8 Solari to purchase it, should I choose to do so. They go there. They go there. Okay. And now we have done recall. We go to the next round. Round start. Flip the conflict card. Right there. Okay, so the winner of this one is going to get the Mentat, an intrigue card, and 2 Solari. A lot of intrigue cards and Solaris going out on this one. Second will get an intrigue card and 2 Solari. So same for first and second. Mentat is going to the winner. So these are my discards. This is my deck. Also in round start, we draw our hand from our deck up to 5 cards. 1. We have Diplomacy, which lets us go to any faction space. 1 Persuasion and a Reveal. Signet Ring, which allows me to draw a card over here. Right down there. Lets me draw a card if I play it. And go to the Spice Production spaces, the Dune spaces, and also the Landsrat Council spaces. We have Dune Desert Planet, worth 1 in Reveal. Lets me go to Spice Production spaces. We have the other Dune Desert Planet, and we have Daga, the other dagger. Everybody has the same starting 10 cards. There are 4 sets of these cards, so anybody who is playing will have the same starting cards. These do not get shuffled and put into the deck space until a card is needed to be drawn from here. And since there are no cards here, I cannot know what the top card of my deck is as my prescience power. Okay. Down. Let us go with turn 2. All right, our hand. We have 2 dunes. We have the signet ring. We have diplomacy. I would really like to get going on the Fremen, I think. I don't have water, so I would have to do still suits. I'm going to do that. We're going to do diplomacy. We are going to move here. There is no payment. It is combat, so I can add 1. I don't know if I'm going to do that this time. We'll see. I may just do 1 if it looks like someone's not going to have anything in there. At least to get second place. I get a water. So I've got that. And I go up 1. I get a victory point. Like so. And that is that turn. Yeah, that's the other thing you do during round start is move the first player marker. Next we go to Raban, House Hagal. He has Harvest Spice. Now when you get to Harvest Spice, you move an agent to the area with the highest bonus spice. There has to be bonus spice. If this had been drawn on the first turn, there was no bonus spice, you simply draw another card. So Raban is going to, since they're all tied, the one with the most base spice, which is 3. He's going to go there. He doesn't have to worry about paying the cost. The card tells you where to go. Now he gets 4 spice. The 1 plus the 3. Dink. Come here. Dink. And dink. That is 4 spice for Raban. And he also gets to add units. He doesn't recruit any on this space, but he can add up to 2. And that is Raban's turn. Now the Earl. And the Earl gets to rally troops, which is a Landsrad Council space. So he gets to move to the rally troop space, which is right up there. He doesn't have to pay the 4. This just says he goes. Now he recruits 4 troops, but it's not a combat space. It doesn't have any crossed swords, so he simply gets to garrison these 4 troops. And he will place them there. Now it is my second turn. Do I want to put anybody in? I don't have any spice. I'd like to get some spice so I can do things if I want to. So let us go ahead and play. Let's play our signet ring. Let's play our signet ring card. Let's move these up a wee little bit so you can see the signet ring card better. Dink. So that way you can see. First we're going to, well, let's get our signet ring power. I get to draw a card. So now I'm going to shuffle these back in. Dink. Yeah, I got these orange covers off Amazon. I figured, you know, the spice must flow. Shuffle the spice. And we put that there, and I'm going to draw that card, which is Arrakis Liaison. It is a Fremen card. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere with it. But I get to move. Let's go ahead and move here to Haga Basin. It has a cost associated. 1 water. I will pay the water. I'm going to get 2 plus 1 is 3 spice. So we get 3 spice. Dink. And we also get to add troops to the combat. I'm going to take a shot. Let's put it out there. Might be able to do something with it. So we'll do that. Because of the combat there, so I can add up to 2. I had 1. So we'll add it. Next is going to be Raban. He gets to go to Arrakeen. So he is going to move his agent here. It is a combat, so he gets to recruit 1 troop directly to the conflict and up to 2 from his garrison. He also gets his signet ring ability. He gets one more troop recruited. If he had a faction alliance, if he had one of these alliance tokens, then he could add 2. But as it is, he adds 1. That is his final agent, the Earl Torvald. Harvest Spice. So he's going to be going here. He's going to get 1, 2. And it is a combat space, so he can add up to 2 into the combat, which is going to wipe me right out of it. Alrighty, my reveal phase. I'm not doing that. Okay, so I'm not worried about the combat. I've got 1, which is 2. The sword on the dagger gives me a total of 3, and then I have 4 persuasion, 2, 1, and 1. And I think I'm going to take the Guild Ambassador. The Guild Ambassador allows you to go to Landsrad Council spaces. You can take a bump in the Spacing Guild if you use this during your agent action, or get 2 spice. If you use it during your reveal, if you have the Spacing Guild Alliance, you get 3. You can spend 3 spice and get a victory point. That's a pretty good card. So I think we're going to do that. And then we're going to discard all of these cards right there. Let's replace the market card that was purchased with Piter de Vries, the Mentat, the Harkonnen Mentat. And then Raban's reveal phase, which is just counting base combat. 5 times 2 is 10. And Earl Memnon Torvald, 2 times 2 is 4. So that is the end of player turns. Now we go to combat. Combat is, I'm first player. Second place is that intrigue card and 2 Solari, and I do have Private Army for second place. I'm going to take that shot. I'm going to spend, right there, I'm going to spend 2 spice, 1, 2, and I'm going to add 5 combat. So I'm going to take myself up to 8. So that's what I'm going to do with that. That is a spent intrigue card. Next is Raban. He is adding 2 power. So he goes up to 12. He's pretty much cemented that. The Earl has 4. He is adding only 1. I got second. I can live with that. I used my intrigue card properly. Okay, so all of these are going to go back. Earl is the only one with any garrisoned troops. So first is Raban. He gets the Mentat, which goes right there. He also gets an intrigue card, which is his second. He needs 3 for a victory point. And he also gets 2 Solari. He's a Solari hog, I have found. Raban is. He's a Solari hog. And I am second, so I get an intrigue card, which is, oh, nice, plot. The card you play this turn has the following icons. So I can play something with no icons on it and go to a faction. I like the possibilities there. And I get 2 more Solari. Oh, let's go ahead and grab that. All right, gives me 4. Okay, don't you like that little metal clink? Alrighty, that's the end of combat. We go to the Makers phase. All 3 spice production sites on the planet's surface have agents, so the Makers put no bonus spice out. We go to Recall, which is going to be bring the agents back to the player mats. Dink. Dink. And dink. You can't see them there, can you? Well, I'll put them right there. Because, you know, I mean, Kwisatz Haderach. Right there, that guy. Yeah, hi. Alright, Supreme Being and all that crap. Alright, here we go. Recall is done. We go to the next round. Round start is also Recall. Nobody won. Mentat doesn't go back because it was won as a prize during the conflict. So he's got that for the next turn. So around start is reveal the next conflict card, pass the first player token, draw 5 cards into your hand. Dagger, Reconnaissance, Spice Hunter, Convincing Argument, Convincing Argument. Nothing unless we draw a card or anything like that. Alright. I have 4 Solari. I could, well, it's not my turn, it's Raban's turn. So let's see what Raban is going to do. He is going to go to the Hall of Oratory in the Landsrad Council, that space, and he's going to get 1 troop recruited. It's this space that's hidden up here. I'm not moving the mic every time. And goes to his garrison. Next is the Earl. And he is going to the Emperor's faction, to the Conspire space. So he's going to go up there, bump 1 in influence, and is going to recruit 2 troops for his garrison. Then it is my turn. See, Raban's got that Mentat, and he's going to screw me, I know it. I think, can I go to, I can go Fremen. I'm going to, oh, but I can't do that. I don't have any. Alright, I'm going to take the dagger. So I'm going to go to a Landsrad Council spot. I'm going to go to Rally Troops. I'm going to pay my 4 Solari. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to get 4 troops recruited for my garrison. Like so. That's dagger. We'll put it there. Action phase. Agent phase. Raban. Yep, that's all I do. Bene Gesserit. Let's just want to get this where I can more naturally hold it, because I kind of hold it right there. That'll work. Selective breeding. Jenny Bezeret. Jenny Bezeret. Yeah, he's going to the Jenny Bezeret ration. Selective breeding. He doesn't have to pay that. It tells him to go there. All it gives him is a bump in influence. However, that is a victory point for for Raban. Okay. So we all have 1 victory point. Next is the Earl. He is going to Carthag on DUNE. So he is going to be entering into the fight. It's combat space, so he recruits 1 directly to the conflict, and he adds 2 more from his garrison. Remember, you can add up to 2 more. None if you wish. He gets a 2nd intrigue card. Remember, 3 is a victory point. And that is it for... Oh, no, he doesn't get an intrigue card. I'm looking off the game board. I'm sorry, you go off the card here. So he only gets the troop. Probably did that wrong for Raban. No, he wanted in that. That's right. Okay. My final agent. And I thinks... I have 2 influence. I'm going to go to Siege Tabler with my Spice Hunter. I can't. Not with the Spice Hunter. I can with Reconnaissance. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go to DUNE location, Siege Tabler, because I have 2 influence in the Fremen faction. It is a combat, so I'm going to recruit 1 and 2 more for that victory point. And I'm going to get a water as a reward for going there. Next is going to be the Mentat for Raban. And he gets to harvest spice. There is no bonus spice on the table. So we reveal a new card. Fold space. So he is going to the Spacing Guild with his Mentat. Sending him to the Spacing Guild. Raban goes up 1 more. Another victory point. He's got some influence going with the factions. And that is it. The Earl has no more agents, so his reveal is going to be 6 base combat. I forgot about that, but I was able to do what I wanted to. It's okay. I'm going to reveal, and I have one on my Spice Hunter. I have one combat point to add to my base 6, so that is 7. Probably won't hold up. And 5 persuasion. And I think I may go for... Oh, I really like the Shifting Alliances card. I really do. I'm going to get that for 3 persuasion. Doink. Let's replace it. And, oh, Liette Kynes. That's a good one. I've got 2 more. You don't have to spend it all. You can't bank it, but you don't have to spend it all. I'm not going to. Done. Alright. I don't want to get too many more cards because I'm getting a big, sizable deck as it is, and I'll never cycle through them all. Okay, combat. First player, Raban, is not in it. The Earl gets to add 5. He's going to win that because I have nothing to add myself. So he has 12. He gets the victory point. He gets a water, which gives him a total of 3. That's another victory point for the Earl. Dink, dink, dink. Earl and water apparently do mix. I get a water and a spice. 2 of each for me. We have finished combat. Let's put these back. Let's return troops to the player mat from the conflict. Makers. All 3 spaces get bonus spice. Dink, dink, dink. Pew, pew, pew. Recall. Nobody has won. The Mentat goes back. And recall agents to their player mats. Stunk. I moved that one. Sorry about that. Stunk and stunk. Alrighty, that is the end of that round. Let's go to the next round. So we're going to pass the first player token to the Earl. Reveal a conflict card, which is a bonus point, and Siege of Carthage. So whoever wins this one gets to place a control banner at Carthage. And anytime someone goes to Carthage with that control banner there, they get a Solari, even if it's themselves. These are revealed, so they get a 3rd agent immediately. And I have all discard, no decks, so I'm going to shuffle these up, and I'm going to draw a 5-card hand. Think. I'll do 3 right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These go here. We have a little higher, see a little more. Dune the Desert Planet. So lets me go to Spice Production and 1. Persuasion, Reconnaissance, Dune Location, and 1. Arrakis Liaison, Landsrad Council also, 2. It's a Fremen. Guild Ambassador, and I have 2 Spice. I'm thinking, heck yeah. But I have no Solari, so I need Solari and Signet. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it, but it's not my turn. First is the Earl, and the Earl harvests spice. So the Earl is going to go here. He's going to get 4. He has 3. That'll be 7 and a victory point for the Earl. Off to a little bit of a start. Harvest spice. Next is going to be me, and I'm going to do my Signet Ring. I am going to go to boom, boom. Yes, okay. I'm going to go to sell Melange. which is right up there in the corner. Oh, you're able to see it. Let's put it back so you can see my hand if I show it. Sell melange, and I'm going to take my 2 spice and convert that into 6 Solari. 1 and a 5-er. Aren't these cool looking coins? See them? I got them off Ramazon. I love metal coins. I love metal coins. So that is my turn. Now we have Raban. And Raban has Harvest Spice. Ah, the Earl. It was a combat. He gets to add 2. Sorry about that. Raban with Harvest Spice is going to go here. He's going to get 1, 2, 3. He has 4. He gets a Spice victory point. And he gets to add 1 to the conflict. Now, it's a victory point. Man, it really is. But I'm looking at that right there. Guild Ambassador. It's not my turn. Earl. Oh, what did I do with Raban? Oh, he's first. Okay, yeah, it's Earl. Durr, wake up. Earl gets rally troops. So he is going to place an agent at the Landsrad Council space and garrison 4 troops. I'm going to play Guild Ambassador. I'm going to play that. I'm going to go to High Council. And I'm going to take a seat on the High Council for 2 permanent persuasion at the end of every turn of my reveal phase. And that is all I'm going to do right there. And also, as an agent reward, I get to bump up in the Space Guild or get 2 spice. I think I'm going to bump up in the Spacing Guild right there. Or 2 spice. Now let's do that. Oh, and I got to pay my 5. Think. Okay. Yeah, let's do it that way. All right. Yeah, just adjusting this where I can hold it a little more naturally. That's good. All right. Next is going to be Raban. He goes to the Hall of Oratory. He will garrison a troop. After moving up there, his only reward was the troop. He does not get the persuasion because he doesn't buy cards. Next is going to be the Earl. And the Earl goes to the Fremen faction for still suits. And he can add up to 2. And a bump in the Fremen faction. So he's going to go here. Bump in the faction gets another victory point. And he can add up to 2. That's 4. My turn. I have no more agents, so I'm at my reveal, and I have 4 persuasion. Looking here, there's not a whole lot going on. Man. Let's take another Arrakis Liaison for 2 and just call it a day. Didn't really want to get any of those. Nothing helped with that. Everything else cost too much. Let's just do that. And our combat, we have no ponies in this race. Raban has a final agent. And that is Carthag. So he is going to place his agent in Carthag. It is combat. He can add 1 plus the 1 he's recruiting. And that is going to be it. So Earl's reveal phase is going to be setting his base combat at 8. Raban's at 6. And player turns are done. We go to combat. First is the Earl. Adds none. Next is Raban. Adds 3. He's going to get the win. 1, 2, 3. So Raban is going to get a victory point, and he's going to get control of Carthag. Let me put that right there. And the Earl is going to get his second intrigue card. Put that there. And a spice. Starting on a spice habit again. And I get nothing. I was not in there. So that is going to be it. Combat is nearly complete. Put these back. We go to the Maker's phase. And we put a bonus spice at the Imperial Basin. And then we do our recall. Nobody has won. The Mentat is there. And we bring our agents back. So that is me. Got to remember I have that. I'm going to forget it. I know I'm going to forget I have that intrigue card. I think I need to move it here below my hand so I'm seeing it. Alrighty, that is it. Round start. Move the first player token. Reveal a new conflict card. Intrigue card and 3 spice for first place. 2 spice for second place. And draw a hand from your deck. 5 cards. Dune the Desert Planet. Convincing Argument. Dagger, Dagger, Dagger. Convincing Argument. Dagger, Dagger, Dagger. I'm using this turn because I have nothing that lets me go to a faction. So first, I am first. I need victory points. I need victory points. I have a water. I'm going to play. I can let me go there. I'm going to play a dagger. And I'm going to use my intrigue card to go to the Fremen faction, as this states that I can, instead of just a Landsrad Council space. I'm going to go to Hardy Warriors, pay the water. I get 2 troops, and I'm going to add 1. And I go up 1 in influence, closer to that alignment token. And that is my first turn. Now we go to Raban. Last card before the reshuffle. Highliner is such a powerful, stinking card. He's going to the Spacing Guild. Right there, goes up 1. And he gets 3 troops that he can put right into the conflict. Right where I wanted him to put them. Thanks, buddy. Next will be the Earl. Let's go ahead and shuffle the House of Gaul cards and start it again. Dink. It's going to be a little bit of a long video, but I wanted you guys to see how to play a game that I thoroughly enjoy. Again, this is the base game. I don't have House of X, or Rise of X rather, which is a kind of a technology add-on to the game. It doesn't change it much. It really looks like it adds to it, but I'm just enjoying this right now. I don't want to spend buku more money on it than I already have with the card sleeves and the clanky coins. Because clanky coins. Alrighty. Earl. And he can go to still suits right there. So he's going to go to still suits. He's going to bump influence and able to commit 2 to the fray. My turn. I'll get you guys slid over a wee little bit. Dune and dagger are the only 2 things I can do. Collect spice or go to the Landsrad. And I only have 1 Solari. I could go to Hall of Oratory, garrison a troop. I think I'm going to Dune the Desert Planet. I'm going to go to the Imperial Basin without paying any water. And it's 1 plus 2 is 3 spice, and it is a crossed swords conflict space, so I can add 1 more right there. Leaves me 3 cards. Raban. And he gets to go to Arakeen. Let's go ahead and just add more to the conflict, shall we? He recruits 1. He has none in his garrison to add. And he gets a signet ability. He has no faction alignment, so he only gets 1 more that he can recruit directly to the conflict. Thanks, buddy. Earl. He gets wealth, the Emperor's faction. So let's put him right up there. Let's bump him. He gets another victory point. I'm kind of getting left in the dust on this one. And that's all he gets on that one. Now I have no more agents, so I'm going to reveal. So my base combat is, put that there so you can see it. Base combat is 8. I'll move you guys out of the way. I didn't do that. And 1 sword icon gives me 9. I have 4 persuasion. I can't do much with 4 persuasion. Another Arrakis liaison. Man, not doing a whole awful lot with the cards on this one. I got 2 more. What am I doing? I have 6. Okay. Liat Kynes. I get a boost in the Emperor right up here from purchasing it for 5 Solari, 5 persuasion out of the 6, and lets me go to Fremen and Dune locations in the Fremen faction, and I get 2 persuasion for each Fremen card that I have in play, which is my hand or anything that has been played this round. And there's 1 more persuasion I have to spend on a card, and I don't think I'm going to do that. The way this is going, I may not see Liat Kynes. Anyway, Smuggler's Thopter, that's a good one. If you have 2 influence with the Spacing Guild, you can draw 2 cards. That's a good one. Alright, that was my reveal phase. Raban has another agent, so this is an agent phase, an agent action. Fold Space. He's going to the Spacing Guild again. And he doesn't get the reward, but he does get the alignment. So he gets a victory point, and anytime he does his signet ability, he's going to get 2 recruited troops instead of 1. The Earl has 1 agent remaining. Agent action, Carthag. It is open. So he's going to go to Carthag. Earl is going to get a Solari for controlling it. And then the Earl is going to recruit 1 troop directly to the conflict. That's going to be it. I have nothing else to do. Raban up there. His base is 10. The Earl's base combat strength is 6. Player turns are concluded. Time for combat. I'm first player. I have no intrigue cards to add. If I did, I could pass and wait to see what strength they had to decide if I wanted to spend the intrigue card or not, but it's a moot point. I don't have any. So Raban is going to add 6. Holy crap. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he wins. The Earl, swing and a miss. I get a winner. Not a winner, but a winner. So, all of these go back. There are no garrisoned troops on the surface of Dune at the present moment. Raban wins. He gets an intrigue card, his 3rd. His 1, 2, and make that 3. Another victory point. And he also gets a 3 spice. Okay, come here. Stop shoving the Earl around. Be nice. And I came in 2nd, so I'm going to get 2 spice. So I'll take one of these big ones, which counts for 5. So you can see I have 5 spice, 1 water, and 1 Solari in my resources. We're going to put these back up here. That is the end of combat. Maker's phase. Bonus spice in these 2 locations, Haga Basin and the Great Flat. Dink, dink. And to the recall phase right down here. We're going to make sure nobody is won. Not yet. The Mentat is back where he belongs. Let's recall agents. Come here. Tougher to do when they're laying down flat. Easier to do when they're standing up. But you can see them better this way. So lay down flat they shall. You go there. You guys, where? Oh, right there. Okay, that is it. Next turn, round start. Pass first player token, reveal conflict. Siege of Arakeen, going for control of Arakeen and a victory point. Draw 5 cards into your hand. Shifting alliances, Spice Hunter, Diplomacy. We've got some good cards going here, actually. I need to draw 2 more. So that's only 3. I keep forgetting I can... I don't know. There are certain things you forget to do that aren't just in the base rules, kind of like asymmetric powers like prescience. When I'm concentrating on teaching something rather than playing the game, I'm dead on that. I always know what the top card in the deck is. I've forgotten to do that, so I need to show you guys doing that. Okay, move them down there. I get 2 more. Convincing argument. And Liet Kynes in already. In. Prescience. I know what this card is. Arrakis Liaison. I would really like to be able to draw that if at all possible. First player is Rabban. So Rabban goes to Carthag. So he goes there. He controls it, so he gets his own Solari. Come here. Get there. Get there. And he recruits a troop and directly into the conflict. The Earl is going to Arakeen. So he goes to Arakeen. He recruits 1 directly into the conflict and his signet ability, which gives him a spice. Goes right there. Yeah, whatever. And it is my first turn. What do we have? Fremen Bond is going to come off. Diplomacy lets me go somewhere. I need another spice, and I need another spice like bad. I'm going to go to Haga Basin with the friend. No, right there. Oh. I need some victory points, though, man. It's okay now. Oh, that stinks. Because I could spend 2 spice to go there. However, if I go there and harvest spice, then I can go here and I can get a lot more for this one instead of giving them the victory points. I can put a whole bunch right into the conflict. So I can't do this. But that lets me go. Of course, Spice Hunter lets me go. That gives me a combat also. I think I am going to use shifting allegiances to go to Haga Basin and pay the water, harvest 3 spice, because Highliner rocks. Okay. And I have nothing to add into the conflict. So next is going to be Rabban. Fold space. So he is going to the Spacing Guild. And even higher. Dink. Next is going to be the Earl. Harvest spice. So the Earl is going to go here. He's going to harvest 4. Gives him a total of 6. has nothing to add, and I am going to be back in just a moment. All right, we are back. Okay, first player. 1-1-1-1. It is the Earl went. It is my turn to place my second one. Got it. Okay. And it's got to be... It's got to be Highliner. That's kind of what I saved it for, diplomacy. We're going there. We're going up. We're getting a victory point. We are getting 5 troops recruited that can go directly into the conflict. I'm going to put in, what do I have here? I have 1 to add to combat. It's a victory point. And this is it. Yeah, I'm going to put all 5 into it. And I get 2 water. Okay, Raban. House Hagal card. Raban. Still suits. Yeah, we can just put it there. Okay, so he is going to place his right there. And gets the bump and it's combat, but he has nothing to add from his garrison. This is going to be good. I didn't need to use all of my troops on this one. Okay, the Earl. He's going to Hardy Warriors. He gets alignment with the Fremen. Fremen. I gave it up. I could have taken it. All right. He gets the bump. He gets 2 that he can put directly into the conflict. And it is my reveal phase. So I have these for reveal. We have a persuasion. Well, let's do combat first. That is 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So that will go right there. Then I have 1, 2, 3 persuasion. 2 for each Fremen card I have in play, including this one. 4, 5, Fremen. 6, 7. No more Fremen cards. That, 8, 9. The spice must flow, ladies and gentlemen. That's a victory point. And that is a spice must flow card. I need that. Put that in the discard right there. Victory point. Also, Fremen Bond. There's 2 Fremen cards, so I get a spice. That's what I did. I knocked over my spice. Okay. I heard something jingle around, woodenly like. Alrighty. That is going to be my reveal phase. Dink, and that does that. Oh, man. Okay. Digging it. If I can keep getting those. Maybe. Alright. Raban, his reveal phase, he has... Oh, I had 11. Sorry about that. Raban has 2. The Earl has 6. We go to combat now. I have no entry cards, but Raban is going... That guy, he's going first. Raban. Selective breeding, he adds 2. Next is the Earl. Conspire is adding 4. 10. That was kind of close. And me, the Kwisatz Haderach, because they say so, and I'm right there. I win this conflict. So all of these go back. Go back. No garrisoned troops down there again. We are going all in this game. I win, so I get a victory point. And I have control over Arakeen. So if anyone goes there, including myself, I get a Solari out of the deal. And second place goes to the Earl, who gets 4 nice little old Solaris. They're all the way over there. They're hard to see. Just come here. It's easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he gets that. Dink. Alrighty. Combat is concluded. Maker's phase. And that came out. I counted that. And actually that goes in Imperial Basin. Nobody placed an agent there. And then we go down to recall. Nobody won. Mentat's where he belongs. Everyone call their agents back. Dink, dink, Rabans. Dink, dink, dink. The Earl took my Fremen alignment and butt face. And the Kwisatz Haderach, moi, gets his 2 back. We go to the next. We pass the first player token, flip a conflict card, and draw 5 into our hand. And first is going to be the Earl. The Earl goes to Arakeen. That's fine, because that gives me, yellow, a Solari to put there. Clanky coins. However, he gets to recruit 1 directly into the conflict for 2 victory points and control of Carthag. I got to get this one. And his signet ability, which gives him a spice. That is 7 spice. That is another victory point. The Earl is up to 7. My turn. How do I make this work? I have my signet. What is this card? I'm allowed to know that. It's DUNE. Okay. It's 1. I'm not going to be able to get another one of those this turn. I have the Arrakis Liaison, which just, yeah. How am I going to do this, people? I'm not sure. Dagga, dagga, dagga. I can't go anywhere, man. I have 2 water. I have 2 influence. I can go to Siege Tabler. At least get 1 in. Alright, Signet. Siege Tabler. 2 influence with the Fremen faction. Recruit 1 directly into the conflict and get another water. 3 water building up. That leaves me with these cards right here. Okay. Raban. Rally troops. So he is going to the Landsrad Council space right here. And he's going to garrison 4 troops. Right there. Next is the Earl. Come here. Harvest spice. So he is going to the place with the most bonus spice. He's going to get 2. 1 for the space, for the base, and 1 bonus. And he is going to, it's conflict, but he has nothing to add from his garrison. My second. That's 2 victory points. Man. Gotta go to Carthage. I really do. Okay. Yeah, I gotta do something here. Arrakis Liaison. I'm gonna go to Carthage. I'm going to give 1 Solari to Raban because that's his place. I'll take those singles, give him a 5er. And then I get to recruit a troop directly to the conflict and get an intrigue card, which I've been sorely lacking. Refocus. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck and then draw. Could get another card out of the way. It could give me something going. Let's just go ahead and do it. It's plot. I can do it during my action or reveal phases. So this is my agent phase. Let's shuffle these back in. Donk, 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 and draw a card. I got Liet Kynes again. Oh, man. And I got a Fremen card. That's more persuasion. Nice. Draw. Dude, okay. That's kind of doable. Alright. Let's go with Raban, his second agent phase. Hall of Oratory. So he's going to go up here to the Landsrad Council, and he's going to recruit 1 troop for his garrison. The Earl de Memnern Torvald is going to go to the Jenny Bezerits and bump his influence there. I have my reveal phase. Now the fun begins. I have a base of 4 combat strength. I have 2 daggers, which have 2 of those sword icons, so that adds 2 more. So that is 6. Those are pretty much dern. That gives me 4 here. That is a Fremen card. So, influence. I have 2. 2 for each Fremen card, including this one. So 4, 6. High Council gives me 7, 8. Do I take Chani and get a water? I don't need a water. Man, only 8. What is this anyway? I'm allowed to know. Reconnaissance. Only 8. Missed another Spice Must Flow card. I'm thinking... Do I want to get anything? Is it going to do me any good at this point? So we're probably doing this turn and maybe the next. I'm not going to see the cards anyway. Let's just grab Chani because, you know, Kwisatz Haderach here, right? Yeah, that's right. Supreme Being. This guy. Alright. So we will take Chani for 5. I'm not spending the other 3. Unless something really... it ain't going to matter because I'm probably not going to see the card at this point. Nope. Okay, that goes there. That is my reveal phase. We have Raban. harvest spice. There are no available spaces with bonus spice. Conspire the Emperor's Guild, which gives him that and a victory point, and he gets to garrison 2 troops. So he's got a lot waiting, but he's not doing anything with it. Earl reveals he's got 2 base combat and none for Raban. So I need him to draw 3 or less here in combat, because I really would like those 2 victory points. I win. Yay! So we'll put these, no, leave those there so we know. Let's put these back. That goes there. Straighten that up a little bit because OCD and crap. I win, so I get 2 victory points. Oh no. Nope, because we're going to Carthage. Let's back this up just a wee little bit. He's got 1. I had 3. So let's back this up a wee little bit because I did it wrong, okay? I did it wrong. Now, since Carthage, since Earl, since the Raban controls Carthage, he gets to add 1 from supply into the conflict. So now he has 2. Oopsies. So now Earl draws that, gets his 2. Raban, however, only draws 2. Okay, I still win. And actually, since they're tied, they get nothing. So I do get my 2 victory points. I do get control over Carthage. I wrest it from Raban. Had to do that right. Sorry, folks. Missed it. As we do every now and again. Now these go back. Doink. 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 Combat makers. 2 spaces get bonus spice, which would be here and here. Recall. Nobody has won yet. No one has 10 victory points. Mentat is where he belongs. Recall agents. Back to their player mats. And still only with the 2. Yes, I'm behind, but I am within reach of a huge strike getting me back into this. I really am. That's it for recall. Start round. I am player numero uno. New conflict. Draw a new hand. 2 more victory points for control of the Imperial Basin. Now we have shifting alliances. Okay, now we're going to start to put together a victory point surge. Let's do that so we can better see what we got going there. Now we're going to do a victory point surge. I'm first player. I go there, I have the spice to do that. I go there, I have the spice to do that. Okay, so we are going to first and foremost do Highliner. We're going to play our diplomacy card. We are going to go to the Spacing Guild, bump up there. We're going to get 5 pay 6 spice. We're going to get 5 troops that we can deploy directly into the conflict. I'm putting them in there for the victory points that are at stake at this point in the game. And I get 2 water. I have 5 water. I don't know why. I do know why, because I'm like a water hoarder. I mean, spoiler, Kwisatz Haderach, this guy. That never gets old, does it? All right, next is going to be Raban. Rally troops. He gets to garrison 4. He's got lots in his garrison. I hope he doesn't start popping them out there. That's not going to be cool. The Earl. Carthag. He goes here. I'm going to get a Solari for that, because Carthag, supreme being. Whoop whoop. And he gets to add 1 directly to the conflict. As per that, he has no more in the garrison to add up to 2. My second has got to be shifting allegiances. I'm going to spend 2 spice. I drop in 1 track and jump up 2 more for another victory point. So I'm going to drop in the Spacing Guild, and I'm going to bump up 2 in the Emperor's Guild. 1, 2, victory point. Okay. Raban, the final card of House of Gaul before a shuffle. Harvest Spice, he will go here, and now he starts adding them. That is 4 plus the 3 is 7. That's a victory point. And he gets to add up to 2 directly into the conflict from his garrison. The Earl, we got to shuffle the House of Gaul cards, and then we will go the Earl's turn. Dink, 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 dink. The Earl, Hall of Oratory. So he's going to the Lands Rad Council, make a nice little speech, and add a troop directly into the conflict. Now it is my reveal phase. Nope, I still have. I should not still have. I did not put this guy where. What did I do first? Highliner. No, because I was first. What did I do first? I went to Highliner, then I went to... where? I don't remember what I did. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go anywhere. I would have gone there. Okay, now, yeah, I would have gone there. Got to pay attention, Chris. You got to know what you're doing. That goes there. He gets 3. Yeah, pay attention, Chris. Okay. So I would have placed that before that. Yes, so that's where I would have placed it. And I would take 2 water. I get the 4 spice. And then he would not have been able to go there. He would have gone here, which bags him a total of 6 and no victory point. Not yet. And, yep, okay, cool. And he got his stuff. Now it is, the Earl went, so it's my reveal phase. Because I'm first player, they each have 1 left. My reveal phase, sorry about that, folks. I have 4 persuasion, 2, 3, 4, and I have 2 more up there is 6. Which doesn't really do me a whole heck of a lot of good. I'm not going to worry about cards this turn. It won't do me any good. Never know. Piter de Vries. Okay, that's 5. I'm not going to do the 1-pointer for 6. Fede Keen Death Commandos. Fremen. Blue on Blue Eyes. Okay. And my base is 10. I had no swords. Raban. Still suits. Great. Why not just add some guys into it, shall ya? That's a victory point. He got his victory point anyway, and he gets to add 2 more into the conflict. Wondermus. Probably going to be the end of the game, right here. The Earl. Harvest spice. There are no bonus spice spaces, so he's going to conspire with the Emperor instead. That goes up. And he garrisons 2 troops for another round that probably will not happen. I've already gone and done. Raban has a base combat score of 8. Earl has a base combat score of 4. Player turns are done. We go to combat. I have nothing to add, so first is going to be Raban. 6. That's a game. And then the Earl, nothing. So Raban wins. And I think Raban wins. He has 2 victory points. Yeah, that'll do it. Control doesn't matter. I get 5 spice. Looks good on my player map. That's about it. And there is your game, ladies and gentlemen. Glosu the Beast Raban has decimated everybody on Arrakis. Both Earl Memnon of House Torvald and also that guy, the Chosen One. I love this game. I'll sit there and I will play it, and I will absolutely just... No, I love it. I love losing this game. I really enjoy it. I've had it for 11 days, and this is play number 11, so 1 a day. Probably going to be up for a while. Get back into Scythe, get a couple more games back to the table. But I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of what I was doing. At some point, I want to get Scythe out also, but it's much bigger, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to record anything with it. We'll see. But either way, that's it. This has been my desert, my Arrakis, my Dune. Dune, Imperium. Designed by Paul Denon, published by Legendary Games. Guys, thank you very much for watching. This is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware. Again, any questions, comments, put them down in the doobly-doo in the comments section. If you've watched it this long, I don't feel shameless at all. Like, subscribe, share, click the dinger bell thingy. That way you know whenever I put something up, you'll know. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This has been fun sharing this game with you. Again, this is the base game. I really enjoy it, and it's worth a look. It's worth a look. If you like Lords of Waterdeep and you're a huge Dune fan, you're going to love this. You really are. Guys, that's it. Thanks, Chris. Tabletop Sports Delaware. And remember, this message brought to you by the Chosen One. Pa! See ya! Muad'Dib, 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 Muad'Dib. Lisan al